I don't see you in the waiting room. There we go. Sorry? Yeah, let's go ahead and start. We'll start with number one on the docket.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Doggett. Is your client with you?
No, they should be getting on.
Annie? You see him yet? What do you mean you don't see any? Got it. All right, we're on the record in 12 CPR 024901, guardianship of ZW. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand. Ms. Mendez, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Doggett, why don't you take it from here for the prove up?
Okay, thank you, Judge. Could you please state your name for the record?
Laura Mendez.
And we're here today because you are requesting to be appointed as the successor guardian of the person of Zachary Warford.
Yes.
And how long have you known Zachary?
27 years.
Okay, and Zachary's about 30 years old, is that correct?
Yes,
And he currently lives at Richmond State Supported Living Center,
he does.
and that's located in Fort Bend County, Texas.
It is. It's in Richmond.
And do you ever go see him at the Richmond State Supported Living Center?
Yes, we actually pick him up there most of the time. We just take him instead of actually staying on site.
Okay. And are you related to him?
No, not biologically.
Okay. But you're a family friend.
Yeah, I was with his aunt previously, and she's the other parent to my child.
Okay. And so you understand if the judge appoints you as the guardian, the successor guardian, that you will need to continue to visit him regularly.
Yes,
And you also understand that you will need to file an annual report every year.
yes,
And have you completed the guardianship training course?
yes.
And do you have any criminal convictions?
No,
And is there any other reason why you can't be appointed as Zachary's guardian?
no. I actually have been attending his meetings for probably the past 10 years. So,
Okay. And Mr. Johnny Warford is the current guardian, is that correct?
he is.
And he's needing to resign.
Yes.
And that's because of his age and he's got some health issues, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So you're requesting that the court allow Mr. Warford to resign and that you be appointed as Zachary's successor guardian of the person.
Yes,
And Zachary doesn't have any assets, is that correct?
no, he does not.
And you believe that the guardianship should continue?
Absolutely.
Judge, that's all the questions I have for this witness.
All right, after the court will grant the request of Mr. Warford and allow him to resign, then after listening to the testimony, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that Zachary Warford is totally incapacitated and still in need of a guardian with full authority over his person. I will grant the request of Ms. Mendez and appoint her as successor guardian of the person with bond set at $50.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything further, Mr. Doggett?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Mendez, just don't forget, I know Mr. Doggett mentioned it in his questioning, but you will need to file a report annually with the court. Make sure it's filed timely, please.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Mr. Doggett, you and your client are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Annie, let's get you back in. Your client in there? Ms. Flores, is your client with you?
Oh, no, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be giving testimony. I did the will, known the family for a while.
Okay, very good then. All right,
Thank-
we're on the record in cause number 25 CPR 042202. Estate of Randall L. Evans, also known as Randall Lee Evans, Randy Lee Evans, and Randy L. Evans. Ms. Flores, you may proceed with your proof vote.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Benicia Flores and I represent Teresa O. Evans, and I am familiar with the facts of this case. Randall L. Evans died on September 17th, 2021 in Sugar Land, Fort Bend County, Texas at 65 years of age, and 4 years have not passed since his date of death. This court has jurisdiction and venue over the estate because the decedent was domiciled and had a fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County, Texas on the date of his death. Your Honor, I'd like to ask, or please, would you please display the will? I'd like to.
Yes, 1 second.
I'd like to look at that, please. Okay. I am looking at what purports to be Randall L. Evans's will that is dated March 9th, 2018, and the will is self-proved. And as far as I know, the will was never revoked. And that is Randall L. Evans's signature on the will. And as far as I know, the will was not revoked. Don't remember if I said that. Your Honor, would you please take judicial notice that the court has the original will on file?
The court shall take judicial notice.
Thank you, Your Honor. A necessity exists for the administration of Randall L. Evans's estate. No state, no government agency of the state, nor a charity is named as a beneficiary in the will. After the will, no child was born to or adopted by the decedent. No marriage of the decedent was dissolved after the will was made. The decedent's will names Teresa O. Evans, his wife, to serve as independent executor, to act independently without bond or other security. And Teresa O. Evans is qualified by law to serve as independent executor and is entitled to receive letters testamentary. Your Honor, this is a non-taxable estate. We ask that the appointment of appraisers be waived and that the will of Randall L. Evans be admitted to probate and that Teresa O. Evans be issued letters testamentary.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Benicia Flores. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will and probate and appoint Ms. Evans, Teresa O. Evans, as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Anything else, Ms. Flores?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you, and good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
All right, well, let's see. Hopefully they're with him. Mr. Zimmerman, is that your client with you?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you hear us okay? Can you
I
see
can.
you?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Can you hear me fine?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. All right. Let's get started then. We're on the record
Okay.
24 CPR 041833, estate of Dorothy S. Sites. All those who intend to testify, if you would raise your right hand to be sworn by the court.
Raise your right here.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very good. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Zimmerman, whenever you're ready, you can take it from here.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did Dorothy S. Sites, decedent, die on August 15th, 2024 at Katy, Fort Bend County, Texas at the age of 83?
Yes.
Have 4 years lapsed since the date of the decedent's death?
No.
Was the decedent domiciled and have a fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County, Texas on the date of her death?
Yes, she did.
And to the best of your knowledge, decedent died testate and her will was signed on December 30th, 1998.
Yes, that's
I'd
true.
ask the court, Your Honor, to take judicial notice. The citation has been served and returned as required by the Texas Estate Code.
The court shall take judicial notice.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is it necessary to probate decedent's estate in order to obtain money that's in her name at a financial institution?
Yes.
Was the decedent's will self-proved?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, was the will filed for probate ever revoked by the decedent?
No.
And no state governmental agency of the state or charitable organization is named by the will as a devisee?
No.
After the date of the will, was any child born to or adopted by the decedent?
No.
After the date of the will, was any marriage of the decedent dissolved?
No.
Does decedent's will named you, Sharon A. Leneve, to serve as independent executor?
Yes.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
No.
Do you reside in Texas?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions. I'd ask the court to admit the decedent's will and that Ms. Leneve be appointed as independent executor and that she serve without bond and that appraisers be waived.
Court heard the testimony of Sharon A. Leneve. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will and probate and appoint Ms. Leneve as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Zimmerman, anything further for the record?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, you'll have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Judge. Let me move her around so you can see her over this way. Okay, I think you can see her now.
Yes, I can. Is that your client, I assume?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042168, estate of Eddie Brooks. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Very good. All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Anderson, you may take it from here whenever you're ready.
Can you state your name, please?
Linda Brooks.
And you are the applicant and the wife of the deceased Eddie Brooks, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Eddie Brooks died on January 15th, 2025 in Fort Bend County, Texas at the age of 71, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And 4 years has not passed since he passed away, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, at the time of his death, he had a fixed place where he resided in Fort Bend County, Texas. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this document that you see on the screen, do you recognize this document as his will?
Yes.
Okay. And his signature, you recognize the signature, right?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as you know, this will was never revoked, right?
No.
Okay. We asked the court to take judicial notice that the original copy of the will is on file with the county clerk's office.
The court shall take judicial notice.
Now, the will did not name the state of Texas or any agency thereof or any charitable organization as a devisee. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after the date that he drafted this will, he did not have any children and he did not adopt any children. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, he was married 2 times, right?
Yes.
First marriage was to Amanda Brooks on November the 19th, 1974, and he divorced her on October the 15th, 1977. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And the second marriage was to you, right?
Yes.
On July the 29th, 1989, and he remained married to you until his death on July the 15th, 2025, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you have personal and full knowledge of his financial affairs, right?
Yes.
And there are no debts owed by the decedent. However, we still need to do an administration because there is property that must be transferred to the people or the person that he left it to, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you are named in the will as the independent executrix, right?
Yes.
And that's without bond, right?
Yes.
And you are not disqualified to act as such. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, citation was served and returned in the manner and for the length of time required by the Texas State Code. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And the decedent did not apply for and receive any Medicaid benefits on or after March the 1st, 2005. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, we have nothing further other than the fact that the estate is not taxable and we ask the court to waive all appraisals.
Order the testimony of Brenda Brooks. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will under probate and appoint Ms. Brooks as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Ms. Brooks, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We excuse, Your Honor.
Yeah, unless there's anything else for the record, Mr. Anderson.
That's it, Judge. Nothing further.
Y'all have a good day then.
And you too.
Thank
you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Davis. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Very well. We're going to give your client just a moment to fully connect.
Mhm.
Ms. Johnston, can you hear me? You're muted. Could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, wonderful. All right, then let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042162, estate of James Leroy Freeman. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very good. All right. Ms. Davis, whenever you're ready, you can take it from here.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Sean, will you please state your full name for the court records?
Yes, Sean Kathleen Johnston.
All right, and Ms. Johnston, did your father, James Leroy Freeman, die on December 14th, 2024 in Fort Bend County, Texas?
Yes, he did.
And he was 83 years old at the time of his passing, is that right?
Yes,
And at the time that he passed away, he was a resident of Fort Bend County, Texas, is that correct?
yes,
All right, and the court is showing you the purported last will and testament of your father, James Leroy Freeman. Do you recognize this document?
yes, I do.
And is that the purported last will and testament of your father?
It is.
And do you recognize his signature on that page?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and to your knowledge, did your father die without revoking that will?
Yes,
Okay, and were there any children that were born to or adopted by your father after the execution of that will in 2015?
no, there were not.
Was there any marriage that was terminated or dissolved after the execution of the will?
No,
And 4 years have not passed since your father's passing and the filing of this application to probate the will. Is that correct?
yes, that is correct.
And your father's will does not name the state of Texas or a governmental agency or a charity as a beneficiary. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And at the time that your father passed away, he owned personal property that needs to be distributed. Is that correct?
Yes,
And so there's a need for administration of your father's estate.
yes,
Is this a taxable estate?
no,
Okay. And your father's will named you as independent executor to serve without bond or other security. Is that true?
yes, that is true.
And are you qualified to serve as executor?
Yes,
Do you know of any reason why you should be disqualified?
no,
Have you ever been convicted of any felony or crime of moral turpitude?
no,
Right. And you are asking the court to appoint you as independent executor without bond and to waive the appointment of appraisers?
yes,
Your Honor, that's all we have. We do ask that Sean Kathleen Johnston be appointed as independent executor of her father's will.
Court heard the testimony of Sean Kathleen Johnston. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will and probate and appoint Ms. Johnston as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. And then, Ms. Davis, I'm also going to appoint you as resident agent in this case.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnston, I'm very sorry for your loss.
thank you.
Ms. Davis, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, y'all have a good day then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are we on, Your Honor?
You are. You're a little blurred out.
No.
One second while we get everybody else in. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Ms. McClinton?
100%. Combined left, maybe you need to turn that on.
Ms. McClinton, you'll need to unmute yourself.
There, it was muted. I'm sorry.
All right, perfect. Okay. All right, I think everybody's here. Let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 24 CPR 041366, the state of Stephen Michael. Is it Jimmy Ganani? I apologize if I mispronounce it. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes,
I do.
Very good.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Peter, we're going to get started with the airship first, and then we'll move into the administration. So go ahead and call your first witness for the airship.
Your Honor, hopefully you can hear me. I'm not sure. My volume down on this end is just very minimal, so I'll do my best.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. All right, Ms. Munoz, if you'll please state your full name and your city of residence.
Susan Therese Munoz. My city of residence is Fort Worth, Texas.
Sometimes known as Ben.
Yes, sometimes known as Benbrook.
And
It's right on the edge.
are you well acquainted with all the family and marital history of Stephen Michael Geminani?
I am.
What relationship were you to Stephen?
I'm his younger sister.
And are you his only sibling?
Yes,
Did your brother die within the last 4 years on June 22nd, 2024 in Sugar Land, Texas?
he did.
At the age of 60 years.
He did.
Did your brother have his domicile and fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County on the date of his death?
He did.
And to the best of your knowledge and belief, did your brother die without a valid will?
Correct.
And was your brother predeceased by his parents, Michael Geminani and Carol Ann Geminani?
Yes.
Was your brother ever married, or did he ever hold himself out to be married?
No.
Were any children born to or adopted by your brother?
No.
Did your brother ever take any children into his home and raise them as his own?
No.
Did your brother own real and personal property interest in Fort Bend County?
Yes.
Is there a need for administration of your brother's estate in the collection and distribution of assets of this estate?
Yes.
Have all the distributees of your brother's estate consented and agreed on the advisability of having an independent administration and designated you, Susan Therese Munoz, to serve as independent administrator without bond?
Yes.
And have all the distributors of your brother's estate requested that no action shall be had in the probate court in relationship to the settlement of the decedent's estate, other than the return of an inventory as required by law or an affidavit in lieu of inventory?
Yes.
And have all the distributors of your brother's estate requested that the independent administrator be granted the power of sale?
Yes.
Are you personally familiar with the financial assets and liabilities of your brother's estate?
Yes.
And again, you are the sole heir of this estate, is that correct?
Yes.
And the assets of this estate are considerably more than the debts of this estate.
Correct.
And so there is mortgage debt and there are some credit card debt, but the assets are significantly more than the debts.
Yes.
All right. Are you requesting the court to appoint you as independent administrator without bond of your brother's estate?
Correct.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony or a crime involving moral turpitude?
No.
Ever been adjudicated as being incapacitated?
No.
Do you know of any other reason why you would not be qualified or why you would be disqualified to serve as independent administrator of the decedent's estate?
No.
Your Honor, pass the witness.
Mr. Franks.
Just one question. Though your brother was not ceremonially married, did he ever cohabitate with anybody to your knowledge and hold them out to be his spouse?
Hear that question.
No.
We're having difficulty. You might have to talk real loud. Unfortunately, our volume is real crappy in this computer. I believe you asked whether there was any type of cohabitation or anything like that.
Correct. I covered that there was no ceremonial marriage that your brother had during his life. I asked, did she ever know him to cohabitate with someone that he represented to be his spouse informally?
Did he ever cohabitate with anybody that he represented to be his spouse?
No, he did not.
Thank you. No questions. No further questions for this witness.
All right, Mr. Peter, you can call your next witness for the airship.
All right. We would call Curtis Matthew Flowers. Oops. Mr. Flowers there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Flowers, could you restate your full name and your city of residence?
Curtis Matthew Flowers, Mobile, Alabama.
And are you an heir of the estate of Stephen Michael Geminani?
No.
And do you have a property right or claim against his estate?
No.
what capacity did you know Stephen Michael Gemini?
He was a friend.
And you are well acquainted with his family and marital history, is that correct?
Yes.
You knew him more than 10 years prior to his death?
Yes.
And did he die on June 22nd, 2024 in Sugar Land, Texas at the age of 60 years?
Yes.
Did he have his domicile and fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County on the date of his death?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge and belief, did he die without a will?
Yes.
Was he predeceased by his parents?
Yes.
And was he ever married? Did he ever hold himself out to be married, or did he ever cohabitate and represent someone that he cohabitated with as being a spouse?
No.
All right. Were any children born to or adopted by Stephen?
No.
Did he ever take any children into his home and raise them as his own?
No.
And is Susan Therese Munoz the only sibling of Stephen Michael Gemini?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that there is a need for administration of Stephen's estate in the collection and distribution of the assets of his estate?
Yes.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Franks?
Thank you. Curtis, how are you doing? This is Robert Franks. We spoke earlier this year.
Good. How are you today?
Wonderful. And you were a co-worker, longtime co-worker of Stephen, and also became a close personal friend of his, correct?
Correct.
And in connection with your personal friend, your friendship, you and he happened to visit with each other outside of the workplace and over the period of time until he left Mobile and then moved to the Houston area. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you also remained in contact with him for a period of time after he moved to the Houston area. Is that correct?
Yes.
Given your close personal friendship with Stephen, do you believe that if Stephen had a wife or a spouse, if he had children or taken any children in or cohabitated, that this would have come up in conversation with you and you would have learned of such from him?
Yes.
Otherwise, Stephen was pretty much a private individual, correct?
Yes.
But if you were his friend, you were a good friend, and he would be in a position to share such things with you. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions for this witness.
Okay. Mr. Peter, you can call your next witness.
All right. Call Ms. McClinton.
Yes.
Ms. McClinton, would you state your full name and your city of residence?
Charlotte McClinton, Cypress, Texas.
Are you an heir of the estate of Stephen Michael Gemini?
No.
Do you have a property right or claim against his estate?
No.
And in what capacity did you know him?
He was a good friend.
And so you're well acquainted with his family and marital history?
Yes.
And you've heard the testimony of the other witnesses. If I were to ask you the similar questions, would you give the same answers? And would you also state that the prior answers from the prior witnesses are true and correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to pass the witness.
Frank?
Heather?
Hi, Charlotte. This is Robert. We spoke more recently.
Hi,
How are
Robert.
you doing?
Yes. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony today. And in follow-up, you similarly were a coworker with Stephen. Is that correct?
Yes. Mhm.
And just in addition to being coworkers, there was a personal friendship that developed over time in which you would share lunch or time with Stephen outside of the workplace. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. Mhm.
And equally, you remained in contact with Stephen after he moved on to a different job and worked in other fields. Is that correct?
Yes. Every time he changed jobs. Yeah.
And he would come over, he was a technical person, and he would come over and to your house and help you with your computer. And you were in contact with him upwards of several weeks just prior to his death. Is that correct, Charlotte?
Yes. Yes, I was.
And given your friendship and relationship with Stephen, do you feel that you would have been in a position that if he had had children, a spouse, or taken any children in, or cohabitated with anyone that he would have mentioned such to you?
Yeah, he would have, yes.
And he was a private person, but a caring person about his friends. Is that correct?
Correct.
And as such, do you believe that if he had had those persons, given his ability to care for his friends, that he would have thus mentioned those to you?
Yes, he would have.
Thank you. No further questions for this witness.
Okay. Mr. Peter, any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right, I believe you've taken care of both the airship and administration. So with your questions, Mr. Franks, what are your fees in this matter?
Judge, there would only be the amount that is on deposit. I had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Flowers and Ms. Clinton, as well as Mr. Flowers had connected me with the gentleman that Stephen had worked with even prior to Mr. Curtis knowing him. Stephen was a person that I had come to know only through these witnesses, Your Honor. I spent a good amount of time researching additional background prior to Mr. Curtis's relationship to Stephen. I will submit that to the applicant separately to give him a little bit of update. He has a connection with someone who had done stunt bike racing, Your Honor, about the time of Evel Knievel, and had done PR for him and traveled the nation with him. So there were some pretty interesting components there that Mr. Flowers knew about that allowed an additional exposure to this gentleman's life. So I will get that additional information to his sister. And I did not put that in my ad litem report. I felt that it was some additional personal information that I'll share with her. I'll call her and talk to her about that because it was pretty interesting. I think Charlotte was delightfully charmed by the information to learn that of Stephen. And so I will share that, but there are no additional fees above the amount deposited.
All right.
And I will submit a separate application in order, Your Honor. I apologize for that.
Thank you. After listening testimony of Susan Therese Munoz, Curtis Matthew Flowers, and Charlotte McClinton, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the decedent's heirs are those listed in the judgment declaring heirship. I'm going to discharge Mr. Franks from his duties as attorney ad litem and award him a fee in the amount of $650. Additionally, after listening to testimony of Susan Therese Munoz, the court finds that the decedent died in testate and there's a necessity for administration. The court will grant the request the applicant appoint Ms. Munoz as independent administrator of the estate to serve without bond. Mr. Peter, anything further for the record?
No, Your Honor, we appreciate your consideration in this matter.
Ms. Munoz, I'm sorry for your loss. In fact, Mr. Flowers and Ms. McClinton, I'm sorry for your loss as well.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good day. Y'all are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring the guardianship over.
Not sure where to go now. Mhm.
We'll remove you. There we go.
Perfect. There's my guardianship.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. We're waiting on Ms. Shields.
Sorry, I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Shields, you can hear me?
I can, yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 24 CPR 041453 in the guardianship of SD. All those who intend to testify, if you would raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, Ms. Shields, why don't you get us started?
Before I call my first witness, Your Honor, I would just ask that the court take judicial notice of Shane's CME dated 8/6/24, which was provided to the court and admitted into evidence.
Any objection from the ad litem?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court shall take judicial notice.
Thank you. Then I'll call my first witness. Mrs. Desai, can you state your name for the court?
Yes, Mona Desai.
And how old is Sean?
Sean is 18 years old.
And how long have you been caring for him?
All his life.
Does Sean have any siblings over the age of 18, the age of 12?
Yes, he has an older brother who is 20.
And was his brother provided notice of these proceedings?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Where does Sean live?
Sean currently lives with us at home.
And is it your intent that he'll remain at that address with you guys?
Correct.
Is it correct that guardianship's needed because he has a lifelong intellectual disability and can't make decisions for himself?
Yes, that is correct.
Are you willing to work together with his father as a co-guardian?
Yes.
What does Sean's day-to-day look like? Can you just give us a little overview?
Yes. So Sean has an autism diagnosis with IDD, and his day-to-day, he does require support just with his routine daily activities of living, like, just helping him trying to get ready and get ready for school. And with his education, he needs support with his learning as well. So, his day-to-day, he can do things by himself, but he just requires us to kind of direct him and keep the routine going every day.
And you're willing to continue to do those things for him?
Yes, absolutely.
Did we discuss less restrictive alternatives to guardianship?
Yes, we did.
And do you think that any of those are options for him, like power of attorney or supportive decision-making agreements?
At this point, I would say no, because he does require help with, just trying to make decisions, and he's not able to make those decisions by himself. So he does require that support from us being his parents. So I feel like this is the best option for him.
Have you completed the JBCC requirements of the court and the background requirements of the court?
Yes, we have.
Are there any reasons you think you would be disqualified from becoming his guardian?
No, absolutely not. No reason at all. We have been taking care of him all his life, and we feel that we have the best interest at heart for him, and we're able to provide that on a day-to-day basis that he needs.
And are you aware of the duties of serving as a guardian, such as annual reporting and notifying the county if you move out of the county or the state?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
Mr. Franks.
Hi, Mrs. Desai. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good to see you guys again. You did speak to Sean's ability to attend to his daily needs through some prompting and structure, correct?
Correct.
But with respect to management of money, communicating effectively with his healthcare providers, and even selecting treatment, Sean has some deficits there, correct?
Absolutely, yes, he does. Yeah, he's not capable of making those decisions by himself.
Yes, ma'am. And presently, is there a outlook that Sean's just going to get better with the passage of time if nothing is done?
Personally, in my opinion, no, I feel like he always needs that structure, that prompting, that help with making those decisions. And that's why we are doing this guardianship, because we don't want him to be taken advantage of and at any such point in making those types of financial or healthcare decisions for himself.
Yes, ma'am. And Sean is very comfortable in the home, and is it your plan to have him remain there and stay there?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Shields, you can call your next witness.
Or I'd like to call Mr. Desai. Mr. Desai, can you state your full name for the court?
Prashant Desai.
And what's your relationship to Sean?
I am his father.
So do you also agree that guardianship is needed because Sean has a lifelong intellectual disability and can't make decisions for himself?
Absolutely.
And you're willing to work with his mother as a co-guardian?
Yes.
Do you also agree that we discussed less restrictive alternatives to guardianship?
Yes, we did.
And are any of those options for Sean?
No,
Okay. And you also completed the JBCC requirements of the court and the background requirements of the court, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Are there any reasons you think you would be disqualified from becoming a guardian?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And are you aware of the duties of serving as a guardian, such as annual reporting and notifying the court if you were to move out of the county or the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Franks.
Hi, Mr. Desai, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing well. Just as in follow-up to a few different questions, is Sean able to administer or to keep up with any medications on a daily basis?
No, sir. We give it to him. As you know, we're both medical professionals, but we give it to him because he has no idea actually what medications he's taken, when he's taking them, or any of the above.
And Sean also requires some direction on good choices for food and nutrition beyond mangoes. I know that's his favorite.
Yes, sir. He is a foodie at heart. So
Excellent. And he's very comfortable in your home and in your living environment there at the house. Is that correct?
absolutely.
And y'all had taken some additional precautions with the pool and just safety and well-being for Sean there at the house. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We don't have a pool, but yes, we
Okay.
taken. Yeah.
And I apologize. I apologize for that. I thought I saw some fencing last time we were there.
We have a
Sean
lake
mentioned-
behind us. Yeah.
That's what it was. I apologize. I think Sean may have spoken to that briefly during our meeting, but we'll continue. And so at this point in time, if Sean is left alone, he will not get better. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you guys have been doing this all this time and are planning on continuing to do so in the future, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. No further questions.
Anything further?
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
Mr. Franks, what's your fee in this matter?
Judge, it's the amount that's on deposit. I'll submit a fee application. Had a minor family matter this weekend with my wife's mother and father. They're okay. He's still in the hospital. So I apologize. That started last week, and so I'm a little bit behind on the paperwork at the end of the week. I do apologize to everybody for that.
That's okay. I hope your in-laws are fine, your father-in-law. All right. After listening to testimony, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that Sean Desai is totally incapacitated in need of a guardian with full authority over his person. The court finds the guardianship is warranted and appoints Mona Desai and Prashant Desai as guardian of the person of the proposed ward. I'm going to set bond at $50 each. I'm going to discharge Mr. Franks from his duties as attorney ad litem and award him a fee in the amount of $650. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Desai, I know this is kind of brought up already, and I know your attorneys probably talked to you about it in length, but you will have to file that report with the court every year. Make sure it's filed timely. You will get reminders from the court, but make sure it just gets turned in on time. If you
Yes,
have any questions regarding filling out that report, you can contact your attorney or you can contact the court and speak to my administrative assistant who will be happy to help you out. You'll also find instructions for the form on the court's website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You don't change anything you've been doing for the last, 18 years. So keep it up. And anything further for the record, Ms. Shields?
No, sir, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Thanks.
Ms. McMillan,
Yes, Your Honor.
your witness, Sheldon House. Will the witness be with somebody here today?
Your Honor, Mr. House submitted testimony by deposition on written question.
We're waiting on Mr. Murat to fully connect. It'll just be a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Rudder, would you turn your video on, please? You're muted, so I cannot hear you.
Okay, sorry.
All right. I do believe everybody's here now. Let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 23 CPR 039510. The state of Michael Darren Parsley. All those who intend to testify, if you would raise your right hand. Mr. Bragg, raise your right hand. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with the airship. So Ms. McMillan, why don't you start us off?
Thank you, Your Honor. The first witness will be the applicant, Jamie Westerfield Rudder. Ms. Rudder, can you go ahead and state your full name?
Yes, my full name is Jamie Westerfield Rudder.
And you currently reside in London, Kentucky, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you filed in this matter an appointment of resident agent, is that correct?
Yes.
And you were previously married to the decedent, Michael Darren Parsley, is that correct?
Yes.
And he is the father of your daughter, Megan Parsley, is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Parsley passed away on or about October 1st of 2020 in Katy, Fort Bend County, Texas at the age of 53 years, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And at the time of his death, he was domiciled and had a fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County, Texas, is that correct?
Yes, he did.
And to the best of your knowledge, Mr. Parsley died without leaving a last will and testament, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Parsley was married 2 times to the best of your knowledge, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
The first was to you on August 1st of 1992, and that marriage ended in divorce on or about May 29th of 2007, is that correct?
That is correct.
And the second was to Carrie Parsley on or about June 4th, 2007, and that marriage, to the best of your knowledge, ended upon his passing, is that correct?
Yes. They were
Mr.
separated, but yes, not officially.
They were still married when he passed, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Parsley had only one child born to or adopted by him during his lifetime, and that's your daughter, Megan Parsley. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And Megan Parsley is at least 18 years of age. Is that correct?
Yes, she is.
And she's still living. Is that correct?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And you request and believe it is necessary and in the best interest of the estate for the court to make a determination as to the heirship of Mr. Parsley. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And there is a need to administer this estate. Is that correct?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, there's no other application for appointment of a personal representative of his estate pending. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you request that the court appoint you as independent administrator of Mr. Parsley's estate to serve without bond, and that you be granted the general power to sell real property of his of his estate. Is that correct?
Yes.
You are qualified and not disqualified to serve as independent administrator and to accept letters of administration. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You have never been declared incapacitated by a court of law. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You have never been convicted under the laws of the United States or of any state of the United States of a felony offense. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You have not been convicted of a crime of moral turpitude at any level. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you've read the applications and their supplements that we filed in this estate. And to the best of your knowledge, all the allegations made therein are true and correct.
That is correct.
I have no further questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Murad.
Ms. Rudder, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Do you remember we spoke on the phone back in December of last year?
Yes.
And the questions I asked you were very similar to the ones Ms. McMillan just asked. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And so just a couple of follow-up questions. So you live in Kentucky, right?
That is correct.
And at the time of Michael's passing, you were in Kentucky, right?
That is correct.
And but he passed away here in Texas, right?
Yes.
Now you had reason to remain abreast of what was happening in his life, even though he lived in Texas and you lived in Kentucky, right?
That is correct.
And primarily that reason is because you shared a child, right?
That is correct.
So you would be well-versed and knowledgeable about any children that he had, right?
That is correct.
And if you had a will, you would likely know, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So as far as you know, just the one child is what Michael had, right? The one you share together.
Yes.
And she's now over 18, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And you're representing that there's no will. So a determination of heirship is necessary, right?
Yes. No
Okay.
will that could be found. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Rudder. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. McMillan, why don't you call your next witness?
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Jamie Bragg. Mr. Bragg, can you please state your full name?
It's James Randolph Bragg.
Thank you. And you were well acquainted with the decedent, Michael Darren Parsley. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you were well acquainted with him because you all worked together for approximately 9 years before his passing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, Mr. Parsley died without leaving a last will and testament. Is that correct?
Yes, to the best of my knowledge.
And to the best of your knowledge, Mr. Parsley was married only 2 times during his life, once to Jamie Westerfield Rudder, which ended in divorce in approximately 2007, and one to Carrie Parsley, which ended upon his death. Is that correct?
Yes.
So to the best of your knowledge, he was still married to Carrie Parsley at the time of his death. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And Mr. Parsley, to the best of your knowledge, had one and only one child born to or adopted by him during his lifetime, and that is Megan Parsley, who he daughtered with the applicant as previously discussed. Is that correct?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, Megan Parsley is over the age of 18 and is still living. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've read the applications that Ms. Rudder has filed in this matter, along with the supplements thereto. And to the best of your knowledge, the allegations made therein are correct. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
And you have no financial interest in this estate. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The estate doesn't owe you anything, and you do not owe the estate anything. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you are not related in any way. You're not a lineal descendant of the decedent. You're not related to him at all. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Murad.
All right, Mr. Bragg, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. And similarly, do you remember we spoke on the phone back in December of last year?
I do.
And I asked questions of you very similar to the ones you were just asked?
Yes.
Okay. And so just to rehash on a couple of those. So Michael, Mr. Parsley, he worked for you on more than one occasion, right?
Correct. Yes.
And the duration of that was close to a decade, right?
Correct. Yes.
So then you're well versed with his marital and family history, right?
I am. Yes.
So then at the time of his passing, he was legally married, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And who was he married to?
Carrie Parsley.
Okay. And he had only one child, right?
Yes, Megan.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions of the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. McMillan, do you want to read the questions and answers into the record on the deposition or written question?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me pull this up real quickly. My apologies.
Mr. Murad, what are your fees in this matter?
Judge, it's the standard. And forgive me because I know this was an older case. I can't remember if that was a 600 or 650.
Let me check. 650 was deposited.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm prepared to recite those if you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Question, on this day, Mr. Sheldon House appeared and answered the questions as followed. Question 1, state your name and address. Sheldon C. House. Question 2, are you personally familiar with the family and marital history of Michael Darren Parsley? Answer, yes. Question 3, how long did you know the decedent? Answer, since first grade, more than 50 years ago. Question 4, to the best of your knowledge, did the decedent die on or about October 1st, 2020 at his residence in Katy, Fort Bend County, Texas at the age of 53? Answer, yes. Question 5, to the best of your knowledge, did the decedent have a fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County, Texas at the time of his death? Answer, yes. Question 6, as far as you know and believe, the decedent did not leave a valid will. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question 7, to the best of your knowledge, was the decedent married 2 times? Answer, yes. Question 8, to the best of your knowledge, decedent's first marriage was to Jamie Westerfield Rudder, which marriage ended in divorce on or about May 29th, 2007. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question 9, to the best of your knowledge, decedent's second marriage was to Carrie Parsley, which marriage ended with the death of the decedent on October 1st, 2020. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question 10, to the best of your knowledge, did the decedent have one and only one child born to him during his lifetime? Is that correct? Yes. Question 11, decedent's one child is Megan Parsley, who survived the decedent. Is this correct? Answer, yes. Question 12, to the best of your knowledge, decedent had no other children born to or adopted by him. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question 13, have you read a copy of the application for determination of heirship and supplement thereto, the application for court-created independent administration and supplement thereto, filed in this matter, and to the best of your knowledge, all allegations in those documents are true? Answer, yes. That was the final question, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Ms. McMillan. Mr. Murad, anything further for the heirship?
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. After listening to testimony of Jamie Rudder and James Randolph Bragg, the court also accepted written deposition questions of Sheldon House. The court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the decedent's heirs are those listed in the judgment declaring heirship. I'm going to discharge Mr. Murad as attorney ad litem in this matter and award him a fee in the amount of $650. Mr. Murad, you are free to go. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks, everyone.
Ms. McMillan, do you want to ask any further questions for the administration?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. After listening to testimony of Jamie W. Rudder, the court finds the decedent died intestate and there's a necessity for administration. The court will grant the request of the applicant and appoint Ms. Rudder as independent administrator of the estate. Okay. Thank y'all for coming on, Mr. Bragg. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for y'all's loss as well. Ms. McMillan, is there anything else you want to add for the record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you for your time this morning.
Right. Everything will be signed shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So,
You're free to go, Ms. Rudder.
thank you.
All right, we're on the record in 25 CPR 042414, guardianship of Ramar Carl Page. Ms. Sanders, if you raise your right hand, you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
Very good. You can lower your hand. Mr. Love, let's just get some testimony that there are no additional modifications or changes needed for this guardianship from Ms. Sanders, and then I believe that'll wrap it up for this transfer.
Ms. Sanders, are you the guardianship specialist for Health and Human Services Commission?
Yes.
And is Ramal Carl Page guardian ward of the state of Texas?
Yes.
He was moved from Harris County, a group home in Harris County, to a group home here in Fort Bend County. Is that correct?
Yes, it's the same group home. They just changed residents.
They just changed. Okay, so it's the same provider.
Yes. Yes, same provider.
Okay. And is he remained to be an incapacitated person?
Yes.
Are the orders appointing guardian consistent and necessary to provide for his continued care?
Yes.
Is HHSC exempt from bond?
Yes.
Your Honor, that's all that I have unless the court has further questions.
All right. No, there's no changes necessary at this time. The ward remains the same as when the guardianship was instituted, correct, Ms. Sanders?
Correct.
All right, then, no, the court will find that no modifications of the guardianship is necessary and will accept the case in its docket. All right, thank you, Mr. Love and Ms. Sanders. You're free to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Was that them that the phone rang?
But it made our thing.
Yeah, it made our thing light up. Yeah.
My name is courtroom. Let's hear your phone ringer. Don't leave now. Figure song.
Bryce, if you would turn your video on, please. All right, we're on the record 23 CPR 040145, State of Cynthia Glenn Price. We're here on a motion to withdraw of counsel. Ms. Hatchett, you are asking to withdraw in this case. Mr. Price, are you in agreement with this withdrawal?
Can I speak? My daughter, this is the judge, right?
Yes, sir.
Can my daughter speak on my behalf?
No, sir. I need you to speak, sir. Unless you have an attorney who's represented. Is your daughter an attorney?
No.
Okay, then you have to speak on your own behalf, sir. Are you in agreement to having Ms. Hatchett withdraw?
As long as the case is wrapped up. It's as long as the case is completed, wrapped up, yes.
The inventory is not completed. There are issues with the inventory and it will have to be redone. So that is not necessarily completed, if that's depending on how you're looking at it.
Okay, the inventory to move forward. We did the inventory.
I understand, but there's issues with the inventory that it's incorrect and will have to be redone.
Okay, and where can we find the form? And where can we find the form?
The form for an inventory?
Yes, to file it.
You'll need to go to the law library and see if they can help you out there, potentially.
I've already.
Or you could speak to another attorney or Miss Hatchett for that matter, depending on the situation.
Yeah, we went to your library at the court.
Apparently, I can't talk, but yes, we went to
And you know, search
and spoke with your
and spoke with
constituents, and
yeah.
that's what they gave.
Okay. I understand that may be what you received from the law library, but there are issues with it, the way it is completed, and we'll need to have it redone.
Yeah, what issues are they?
I'm not prepared to go over each and every one of those issues with me at this time. But I'm sure if you contact my court, we can try to at least explain some of the problems that exist with the inventory. My staff will. All right, Ms. Hatchett, anything you'd like to say?
Your Honor, I think you're getting an understanding. When Mr. Price was appointed, before he was appointed, we made him aware that an inventory would be due. At the day of appointment, we provided him with a duties letter that included the information about it, the inventory. After which we sent him messages about needing to have the inventory done. For reasons that we don't need to explore today, he was just unable to follow through with our request, and then it was also unable to be financially compliant. Once we learned that he had filed his own inventory, Your Honor, we reached out to him. We let him know that that inventory would not likely be approved. We've done what we could in good faith to assist our client. It just hasn't been working out. It hasn't been working out really for the better part of several months. And we've done what we could to support him, even though he was no longer wanting to be our client.
Okay. Mr. Price, is that the case? You no longer want Ms. Hatchett to represent you?
Well, the reason I did what I did is because I
hold on, Ms. Price. I just need a yes or no to this question. Do you no longer want Ms. Hatchett to represent you?
What happens to all the money? Like, this is not just a yes or no. We've spent.
I need Mr. Price to answer my question. I'm not talking to anyone else at this point in time.
Well, I tried to
Tell them no.
represent them, pay them at one point for what they, was billing me for. But at that time, their representative said that they didn't want my payments. They just wanted me to sign off on that withdrawal case letter.
Okay. All right, then what I'm going to do, based on what I've heard here today, I'm going to go ahead and grant the motion, allow Ms. Hatchett to withdraw. Mr. Price, you can retain counsel. You can try to speak with my staff to see if they can provide you some guidance. They cannot provide you legal advice as to the inventory, but I can tell you that there are several issues with it currently. Clearly, Ms. Hatchett has also told you this as well. So I would recommend, under the circumstances, that you look to see if you can find a new attorney who can assist you in completing that inventory.
Okay. What number? Can you give me a number to reach your?
It's the main number, 281-633-7415.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's always, if you're unable to afford an attorney, there's also programs such as Lone Star Legal Aid, who you can speak with to assist, maybe to get them to assist completing this inventory.
All right. Lone Star Legal Aid. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. Y'all are free to go.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm gonna